I feel like I'm asking my dog what he's got in his mouth right now. Give it to me. Give it to me. That sound?
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Eye on Jamz Extra, where I'm very pleased to have two members of the group Kiss Kiss Bang. Gentlemen, welcome to the program and thank you for being here.
Thank you,
Man,
sir.
thank you for having us.
Now, one of your members is not here, so why don't you go ahead and give him a shout out so he doesn't feel left out.
Oh, Trevor Smith, our buddy, our singer, our leader. He's probably under a house right now. He's working the day job.
I'll say under a house, did a tornado come through and the house land on him like the Wicked Witch of the East?
He does that HVAC stuff.
Yeah, HVAC. He's not a homewrecker. He's
not a homewrecker. So how did the band Kiss Kiss Bang get together?
Andrew?
I would say it one more time, but I couldn't hear you.
How did the band get together? How did the three of you form?
Yeah, so we have been jamming, actually, minus Crowder. We have been jamming for probably about 5 years now. We started the band as just, young kids, just really who had done kind of had experience, but like we had just kind of found this chemistry with each other. And just started jamming, started writing, continued to search for our sound and search for, the missing piece to the puzzle that we kind of felt. And we wound up kind of getting real close with Crowder, jamming with him, got him on board with us, and just been kind of kicking it ever since, man. COVID slowed us down, but, here we are. There's been a few people that have come and go. But man, that's life. Sometimes life takes you down different directions. Where you might be here today, you might not be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a case of kind of what happened to, other people, man. But dude, the three of us, man, we're just hungry and we're ready to, ready for COVID to lift up so we can just take on the world, man.
Did changing members of the band change the dynamics and the sound of the band?
It's a good question. I think a lot of times you find that case, man. I think a lot of times you wind up losing something, and it does alter the sound. It does alter the songwriting, but not really.
Looking at it as the cat who came in later, I feel like it definitely did shift a little. As far as like my inclusion in the band, because was my personal opinion. It started feeling like I was, playing guitar for someone else's band, and then it slowly, shifted and started feeling more like my band, and my thumbprint was getting put on the songs more and more, and then I think it kind of shifted its sound a little bit from one album to the next. But as far as the removal of some members here recently and stuff, I don't think we've lost anything. We just keep adjusting to the situation and move on.
Yeah, if anything, it's really forcing us to grow because you You know, you each have your own little thing that's your kind of your specialty. But you know, when you lose a member or whenever you kind of, you know, in different situations you've never been in before, you're kind of forced to do things outside of your comfort zone. So it's been honestly, it's a it sucks, you know, losing a brother and losing multiple brothers, but it's like at the same time, it's like we've grown a lot from it. You know, became better musicians, and I believe we're a better band because of it. Honestly,
What is the writing process? There's a one person who does most of the writing, or does all three of you do the writing?
We all three do the writing. Someone usually has a riff or something we've been jamming on together for a little while, um, and then a lot of the times the way it works out is the three of us will piece together our ideas of what we think we want to happen in the span of a song, and then whatever drummer we're playing with at the moment, being that we don't have a solid permanent drummer right now. When we start to beat the songs out with that person, it'll change and shift and be a little different. But yeah, we all three absolutely write the songs together. That's music and lyrics and all of us, all of it. We all pitch in on that. The three of us here.
Is it difficult not having a permanent drummer?
I find it very difficult.
yeah, you know, we're morale driven people, and whenever you know whenever that ketchup ain't on the hot dog, it just ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? You still got a hot dog, and it still tastes good, but it's like to the hot dog itself, you're like, man, I want to be coated in ketchup because I ain't a mustard guy. So we're really looking for the ketchup, but he's out there. We're gonna find him.
That's exactly how I was going to put
I
it.
love that analogy. That is so good. That's a fantastic analogy.
Welcome to Kentucky.
Well, you talk about Kentucky. How is the music scene in Kentucky right now? Is everything shut down, or are you able to get out and play a little bit?
There is certain things that are open. It's starting to open up a little bit more and more. Uh, we did find everything was shut down for Crowder probably what 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or something like that. And maybe I'm exaggerating. I don't really remember, man. It
I
was
think it was a lot longer. I think you're undercutting it a little bit. It was a lot longer than that.
well, we there was some under
Well,
the
well, that's the thing. There's some places around here that kind of snuck around,
Under the radar.
But
yeah, sure.
outside of that, of those handful of places, it was absolutely shut down for a good 6 or 7 months, really.
But it's like I just went to a show this past weekend, and we're opening things back up, so it's that's really exciting. The show that I was at was packed. That was very exciting. Uh, so and to answer your question, actually yes, there's a really cool scene here in Bowling Green and here in Kentucky in general. You would think it's kind of like all country or it's kind of all the same style of rock, but there's a lot of different flavors around here, man. It's as a fan of music, I'm definitely a fan of it. You know what I mean? So
Is there a lot of support in the community for local music?
Yeah, we've been lucky to have such a great local community music scene around here, and fans, people who turn out to your shows every time. Um, and then it's also I feel like we're lucky that all the bands and musicians around here are all kind of friends with each other and and help each other and show up to each other's shows and things like that. So there's not a lot of headbutting going on around here, and all the fans are everyone's fans, So so you you can there's people you can guarantee that will be there every time. That's comforting.
The band released its EP Hearts on Fire back in 2019. You followed that up this year with the album Hungry, High, and Seeing Things. Outside of the change in membership, how do you think the band has grown between those two releases?
I I feel like I feel like we've let things go more than grow. Honestly, we've stopped worrying about song lengths and uh, the formula, what's good for radio, what's happening in the moment. Like this record was exactly what we wanted to make, and that's exactly what we did. We went and made the record we wanted to make, and the songs were as long as we wanted them to be, and we didn't shave things off for the sake of length or radio or anything like that. If something got cut, it was because we thought it was best for the song. Um, and I don't know. It's just it seems much more comfortable and laid back. I feel like we can get a lot more stuff under the crack of the door now than we used to. Andrew.
Yeah, totally. I think it developed a new mentality with us doing this too. Like he said, I mean, we went and done whatever we wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, like he said, if a song was 6 minutes long or five, however many minutes long, it's that long because we felt that each part served a purpose and done exactly what we was wanting it to do. So there and like in the studio there was just so much, you know, we actually got to produce for the first time, so produce ourselves along with Matt McQueen, and that taught us so much. And you know, we kind of always had this idea of, you know, how do you make songs flow and stuff like that, and of course we had 1.5 million ideas, but it was nice to be able to actually apply those things and get to watch it do its thing and then learn so much more of how to produce. And we're looking forward, definitely looking forward, I think all looking forward to our next one for sure, because I'm excited. The direction we're going, man, is so freeing. I like happy for sure.
Did you have more songs prepared than what actually made the album?
Yeah, we got a bucket of songs always.
So how did you whittle it down to the songs that actually made the album?
Well, that's always a difficult choice.
Well, go ahead and tell them the story. I don't know that, I don't know that you understand the story. There's only 4 songs because we didn't have a drummer.
Yeah.
So honestly, man, what had happened was the studio time. We were under the impression that we had about a month away to go into the studio. We were jamming with the cat on drums, and he wasn't really working out for us. And then one of the members was like, "Oh yeah, we're going into the studio next weekend, but I'm gonna move. So, you know, good luck, and y'all
Good
figure it
luck.
out." Yeah,
Nice
so,
knowing you.
dude. That was kind of like, that was a moment for us where us three had to decide, do we really want to go through the whole trouble of keep pushing this, or what do we want to do here? Like whatever we want to do, we want to do it together for sure. But what do we want to do here? And so we was like, okay, so we've got 5 days, I think, 5 days to put together some sort of something. We had a bunch of
3.
songs, but the drummer didn't know him. So
It was 3 days.
3 days, yeah. So we honestly, the 4 songs we had pounded out in 3 days and went and recorded them.
And one of those songs didn't exist beforehand. So you asked about, which songs, how do we choose which songs make the cut on the record? There is no choosing. It usually tells us itself. And for the sake of this record, High Price for Peace of Mind was written in those 3 days with that new drummer. It wasn't a part of the running. It wasn't one we were looking at for the record. It didn't exist until we were in that room with Taylor Sanders, the guy we hired to play the drums for us. And then obviously we all feel like that's the song that
Kind of
sounds like the record.
Hints in the direction that we're wanting to probably go.
The album came out in February. What's coming up next for Kiss Kiss Bang? What does the rest of 2021 look like?
Hopefully, a lot of shows or just more shows. We'll be happy with that. We've been doing some home recordings, and we might be hooking up with that same drummer that played on Hungry Hound Seeing Things to start work on the next one. Why stop? Just keep the ball rolling. If shows are going to be slow and there's no way of knowing how long it'll be, with it, put out content in other ways. And by that, I mean, we're going to try to continue recording and putting stuff out, whether that's EPs or singles or music videos or whatever it needs to be. Content is just what we're after, really.
With no full-time drummer, are you just going to have to try and hire a part-time drummer to join you when you do your live shows?
Yeah, we've been lucky enough to have a guy named Cody Kirby he's a real good friend of all of ours and a trooper. He's honestly been saving our ass for 2 years now. I think 2 years worth of shows being fill-in, and that's what he wants to do. He's one of those drummers who plays with multiple bands and makes money and has fun doing that, and that's what he wants to do. So there's been several times where we're like, "Hey Cody, we found this drummer. We like him. We want him to be our drummer. Thank you for everything." And he's like, "All right, great guys," and he leaves. And then we're like, "Hey Cody, that guy didn't work out. Can you come back?" And he's like, "Sure thing." And that's nice to have. It's nice to have Cody Kirby in your back pocket to save you all the time.
If people want to learn more about Kiss Kiss Bang, where can they go?
They can go to our Facebook at Kiss Kiss Bang, Instagram at Kiss Kiss Bang Music, our YouTube, Kiss Kiss Bang, and just kind of a little heads up, man. We're going to be...
Bandcamp is kisskissbang.bandcamp.com.
Thank you.
That's important.
Because I would have, yeah. So you can get, you can buy our, and if you're not a streamer, you can buy our EP on Bandcamp. We're going to be getting some merch up on Bandcamp, posted up here soon. Also, we're going to be releasing some kind of different, cool kind of content here soon. So stay tuned for that as well. Pretty much, we're going to bring you guys into the show, I think. So that'd be cool.
You guys in the show, what does that mean? Kind of. Oh, he's not gonna spill the beans.
I ain't. You gotta find out.
And be sure to buy the merch on Fridays on Bandcamp, the first Friday of the month, where Bandcamp gives more money to the independent artists. So please wait till the first Friday of the month and load up on Kiss Kiss Bang albums and everything.
Right, that's right.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you for taking time this evening to talk a little bit about the band. Greatly appreciate it. Much success to you, and hopefully 2021 is a good year for the group.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having us, brother.
Yeah.
Pleasure's all mine. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Have a great week.